the Xbox, Microsoft's console. We've got the first one, the 360, the one, you know, the one, but that isn't the first one, but it's called the one, because it's on one. Real Microsoft. And we got the Xbox Series X and S, which I might get someday, but I am wanting that, the Series X, because the Series S does not have a disc tray, and I want to play my Xbox games, and I like physical stuff. Give me physical. Anyway, it's got the first console, Microsoft's first console, the Xbox. Look, it says Xbox. It's got that green, which apparently the story was that someone had markers, but they kept getting stolen, and that was the only green he had, so he used that green, and it became the Xbox. God, it's gonna be green. Look, in case you didn't notice, it's a big X. By the way, look, this is my hand, and this is console. The PlayStation that I reviewed, God, excuse me. Last video is way smaller than this, and this thing is heavy. The PlayStation over there is not even, it's older, but hey, Microsoft tried to cram in more stuff in this, make it more powerful than the PS2 when it also came out. But yeah, the PlayStation 2 ended up winning. This was a hand-me-down by my grandparents. Yes, this was owned by my grandparents. One day I just asked them, hey, can I have this? And they said, sure. And now I have it. On the front, we got the disc tray right here, because apparently kids were sticking their fingers back, like older disc playing consoles would open up like this. If you watch my PlayStation review, the disc tray will open up like this, and the disc reading laser was exposed, meaning that little kids would open the console and just smoosh their fingers over the laser disc, the disc reading laser, because we all know how kids are. So now in the newer consoles and consoles today, the disc tray either opens up, or it's a mechanism that like pushes out the disc. So kids cannot stick their fingers in the disc reading thing. Laser, we got not 1, not 2, not 5, not 3, but 4 controller ports. Oh, it's disc and digital Dolby. Microsoft. We got the power button and the eject button. The power button and the eject button. See, that's the thing I don't like about this console. Why is the eject button bigger than the power button? Microsoft, what were you thinking? Clearly, this should be the power button, not this. This should be the eject button. Switch them around. Like, power button, eject button. If I had knowledge, I'd actually open this console up and just rewire it, because every time I go to play this console, I'm like, oh, time to play some Xbox. Whoops, that's the eject button. There's the power button. Fixed. Microsoft, please. This console is old, but why'd you have to do this? On the side, we got grills. Look at that filth. It still runs, it's fine. I got it, I blew into it. I kind of cleaned it. We got the mains power, the thing that you plug into the wall to power the console. We got, on the back, that is actually like a, I forgot what it's called. It's the fan that computers use. The cooling fan. I'm just calling it the cooling fan for now. We got the AV cables. The AV port, not the cables. We'll get to those later. The AV port and the Ethernet port, which is also called the Ethernet port, I think. But it's called the Ethernet. We got more grills so I can breathe. On the bottom, we got all the warnings telling you not to open it. But go ahead and do so if you have the knowledge and know how to, in case it's broken. We got Xbox video game system and all that knowledge. A barcode. And what this rectangle thing is. What is that? Why does that exist? Why isn't it all Matt? Oh well. If your name's Matt, hi Matt. We got the feet on the bottom is rubber, so the console cannot slide around, and this thing is like 1,000,000 pounds. Xbox. But how do you power this console? Why, of course, you have to use... Here it is. The power cable. Look, it's American flavored because I live in America. Turn the console around. Then just stick it in. Ooh, get in there. Yeah, second. Gosh, why does this thing have to weigh 1 million pounds? Why Microsoft? No wonder people bought a PlayStation instead. I'm kidding. I like this. I love this thing as well. Then you take your cord, your American flavored cord, and you plug it in. Oh gosh, I'm sitting in an awkward position. You take it and you. Oh, I almost missed. Plug it in. And now, you've got power. Which I probably should have done with my PlayStation review, but I need power because, disc. But how do you connect your console to your TV? Why, you need the AV cables. Like, they're mostly back, but they still got the, coordinated tips. And we got the biggest power cord ever. Look at that. Look at that chunkster. Look at the ferrite on that. Right, let's turn the Xbox around. And you just click. There we go. By the way, I just remembered that. This is called the CPU cooler. Although it's probably just a cooling fan. Right, and then you take this and stick them in your TV. Gosh. But how do you play your games? Like, you need some sort of, like, what are they called? Xbox Connect. No, that didn't exist yet when this was around. You need a controller. The Xbox Connect technology just didn't exist at the time. So let's get the controller. Sadly, I do not have the Duke. I only have the regular one that was redesigned for like Japanese audiences or Japanese players. Gosh. And then eventually being like the main controller for the system. I might get a Duke controller, but I just like this one better. Let's look at it. In the middle, we got the Xbox logo, which is not a button. We got this analog stick, the left. We got start and back. Got the D-pad. That is not a D-pad. It should only go like this, but somehow they just thought, yeah, this is the D-pad. Got the right analog stick. Got Y, X, A, and B. And we got wherever these buttons are. I think they're like turbo buttons. But I've never used them in a game. It looks like the wire. It is massively long because this thing is not wireless. We got the part itself. We got the ferrite and we got another connector for some reason. Because one wasn't enough. Let's plug it in. Gosh, am I plugging it in the right way? Probably not. Oh gosh, you guys can't see. Let's plug it in. Yes. There you go. Then you like play her games and stuff. Basically, you'd open that up. And then you push it again to close it. I think I haven't running in a while. You probably saw all of the games in there. It was cars. Speaking of games, let's look at some of the games that come with it. If I can reach it. You got a face full of Xbox right there. Yes, I got the games. We got Forza Motorsport. Includes Xbox Live Arcade. Better than Gran Turismo 4. Who's at that? Electric Gaming Monthly. Huh. Drag Racing. The Ihra Motorsports Drag Racing 2004 by Bethesda. The people who made Skyrim made this game. Disney Pixar's Cars by everyone's favorite Battle for Bikini Bottom by The Simpsons Road Rage, which unfortunately does not work. I'll show you why. Got a battery warning. It does not work because... Look at that disc. Look at that. It's like corroded and stuff. I might get a replacement for this someday. I mean, we also have the Game Boy one, and I think this is also available on PlayStation 2, I think. Electronic Arts. And finally, my most recent one, Godzilla Destroy All Monsters by Atari. Yes, Atari. A company that made the Atari 2600, and then that just went downhill after that. It's actually founded by Steve Jobs. Oh, one more thing I forgot to mention about the controller is that they have these things. Or are they? Who knows? They might be memory card things, but I've never seen a memory card stuck into this thing before. Oh, I forgot to talk about the triggers. Yes, we got 2 triggers. And no... bumpers. I was just saying, Xbox. Should you get one? Yes. Is it great? Yeah, mostly. On the games good? As far as I can tell, yes. Get an Xbox. If you don't have one, you can find one at eBay or something. This video is not sponsored by Xbox or anything else I talked about. But, yeah. Please subscribe, check out my Patreon, and I'll see you all next time. Bye now.